When you're trying to decide whether or not you should spend your time, money, or other resources on a particular business development activity or a project or something in the community, which we can still lump all of that under marketing and business development, then I want you to take a look at a couple factors before you ever spend the first dime, because you might be wasting your money. Welcome back to Legal Marketing Minutes, where I share short bursts of current marketing news and advice. I'm your host, Nancy Myrland. If we haven't met, I'm a marketing and business development advisor specializing in content, social, and digital media, as well as personal branding for lawyers and law firms. Your time is valuable, so let's get started, okay? Well, I remember back when I was in-house and I was the senior marketer at what used to be Baker & Daniels, and I can remember many conversations over the time that I was there, the years that I was there, where it's, should we do this? And, here I have a sponsorship from one of my clients and I'd like to sponsor this. Or here is another effort, here's some advertising we should do. Here is an effort. I mean, you name it. There's never a shortage of ways to spend money, right? So here's what I want you to do. I want you to think about a few things before you decide to do them, because I don't want you to waste your money. I want you to use your resources to the best of your ability. So I want you to look at what the benefits are of being involved in that activity or that event, whatever that might be. And number one, is that really good exposure to your intended audiences, your ideal clients? Will they see what you're doing? Or if not, are there ways that you can suggest to whomever is selling that to you, the components they could add to that will help your intended audiences see your investment better? Are there things that you can ask for to say, you know what, I think it's a pretty reasonable price, but I don't think anybody's going to see our little listing in your printed program that they might hold on their lap during this event. Or, you know what, that's nice that my logo is sitting there as a bronze sponsor for your conference, but you know what? It's way down at the bottom of the page. And what else can we talk about that might help give added exposure to this? And that may even mean that you are willing to help sponsor something that will get sponsors together. You'll have conversations leading up to the conference. I mean, we can get creative on this. So I have no shortage of brainstorming cells in my body. So we could work on this. I can talk to you about it, and we can always come up with something creative. The second thing is, let's say it is your intended audience, your ideal clients, and you have to look at what is the lifetime value of your clients. And this is a serious business discussion that needs to take place with everything that you do that has to do with your clients or attracting your clients to you. And let's say, you might say, well, my gosh, okay, this sponsorship of, whatever at the field house is $200,000 a year. And wow, this is really good exposure. Well, then what I want you to start, and that's just one example of 1,000 that you and I have seen everywhere. Then what you have to think about is what clients are going to be exposed to that. And being exposed to that can mean visually, it can mean in print, it can mean online, digitally. It can mean that you're going to take guests there. It can mean that you are going to let your perfect ideal clients take their guests there. It can mean a number of things. And so what I want you to do is to, whoever's looking at the numbers at your place, whether it's you or it's a team or it is a person, I want you to have a conversation and say, what is the lifetime value of the clients in this area, in my practice area? Is it that, we might only make, and I'm making this up, of course, we might only make $100,000 from them this year only. We might only make $100,000 from them this year, but you know what? Our clients tend to hang around for about 15 years. Well, then we're talking about a different kind of investment and a different kind of evaluation, because if the lifetime value, if you know the average number of years your firm or the industry tends to hang on to clients when you take care of them properly, and you know what your average revenue from those clients is each year, minus expenses, of course, we have to look at the whole picture, then you can make a more informed decision. And what I want you to do is I want you to make the best use of your time, money, and resources. So looking at these things in those two ways, and the first one that I mentioned is something that seems to make a lot of sense because your clients or your perfect audiences, your ideal clients are going to be involved, yet your exposure is not as great as you would like it to be. Then what I want you to do is to talk to the people who are sponsoring whatever it is you're getting ready to put money into, whether it's online or offline, and see if there are ways, there are creative ways that they or you can beef up this sponsorship so that you are more visible or are more meaningful to all of those people. And then the second is to look at the lifetime value, look at the revenue, look at the number of years your clients tend to stay with you or your colleagues in your practice area. And again, these are a number of factors. Were they happy? Was your relationship good? It's just sort of an average. That's why we have to look at an average when we're talking about the lifetime value of a client. How long are they staying around, and what is the revenue, average revenue per year? Let's look at the next, again, let's look at the lifetime value. If you don't know yet, if it's too new and you don't have experience there, use what you have and say, you know what, this practice team is new. We've only been working with clients for the last 5 years in this new area. Then you can extrapolate some information. You can look at similar practice areas. You can look at what has been trending so far in this new practice area, see how that business has been going. But what I want you to do is to look at the lifetime value, compare it to that investment that you're thinking about making, and then make a more informed decision. All right, of course, I am available to talk about any or all of this, and there are other factors that you can look at too that will help you make the best decision. But let's start there and let's make some really good decisions with the resources that you have available. All right, thank you so much for spending a few legal marketing minutes with me. I know your time is valuable, so I appreciate you spending a few of those minutes right here with me. If you have a comment, I'd love to hear it, or you can always email me at nancy@myrlandmarketing.com, and that's MYRLAND marketing.com. And my website, also myrlandmarketing.com, and that's where you can find videos, blog posts, podcasts, all of the above. All right, take care. Until next time, I'm Nancy Myrland. Bye-bye.